Hokum is my most anticipated horror movie of 2026. And there are a multitude of reasons why that is. Imagine being in a theater like I was in, going to watch Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, and you're sitting there with your wife and you're eating popcorn and you're really just about to have a good time, and you see this trailer open up. Jump scare warning, okay? That's the third shot in the trailer. I don't know if I've had a more visceral reaction to a trailer ever in my life. For whatever reason, this image, unsolicited, was just really frightening to me. And so, obviously, this movie was on my radar just from that experience, and I have been thinking about it ever since. But as I was sitting there watching this trailer, I looked over at my wife and I said, this movie really reminds me of my favorite horror movie of 2024, that being Oddity. Give me one sec. Boom, baby. Physical media for life, am I right? You know what's up. But I really love this film, and it's by a man named Damien McCarthy. And then I realized, after I went home and thought about Hokum's trailer a little bit more, it is made by Damien McCarthy. For whatever reason, this trailer only talks about being from the studio that brought you Longlegs and the producers of Weapons. This guy, in my opinion, especially to horror fans who you're supposed to sell this to, this guy's up there in the names to be watching out for. People know what this guy's done. Because he didn't just make Oddity, which is one of my favorite horror movies of this past decade, but he also made a little film called Caveat. And the funny thing about Caveat is when I first watched that film, I was sick and went home from work. I was alone. I thought, hey, I'll throw on a horror movie, and I was engrossed like that. That movie is freaking terrifying. And the next thing you know, my wife bangs on the door because she came home from lunch and she scared the absolute turd nuggets out of me. That's how you know it's love, guys. That's how you know it's love. But Damien McCarthy, in my opinion, has not missed, and he's one of the most interesting voices in horror in a while. Now, this is an opinion, and I'm not saying you need to feel this way as well, but to me, Damien McCarthy's films speak a little bit more to me than Zach Cregger's. For whatever reason, we're on that same wavelength, me and Damien McCarthy. The fact that this guy is coming out with a new horror movie after he's proven himself twice with, albeit moderate success, you know, it's not like these two movies were box office smashes or whatever, but still it feels like the horror community knows about him, and this film is kind of just being overshadowed by, well, everything, I guess. But anyway, that's enough Damien McCarthy glaze, because this film right here is what we're talking about, and my gosh, does it look horrifying. I don't really understand all of the intricate plot details, because why would I want to do that? It's a trailer, and the best horror trailers lately have just been not giving away anything, and it's so cool that we're in that space again where horror movies are actually just teasing instead of spoiling everything. I'm looking at you, Blumhouse. But what I can gather here is it looks like it has Adam Scott in some sort of twisted fantasy. Think very Guillermo del Toro style fantasy book. It's what it really feels like given some of the narration in this trailer, and it looks horrifying. I did see the new trailer that came out, I think a couple days ago as well, the second trailer, and I don't need to see any more of the movie, okay? It looks horrifying, and I'm so freaking down. I don't know about you guys, but it just really seems like, to me, horror has had this great resurgence in the mainstream, that we have been getting banger after banger. I cannot think of the last time that we had a lackluster horror year. To the contrary, I think personally that 2022 is going to go down as one of the best years of horror ever. And so it's so cool to be a fan of these films, as this is my favorite genre of all time, and be able to see that we're not just getting bye-bye mans anymore. We're not getting stupid little creepypasta films anymore. We're getting real horror movies that actually have narrative substance to it. And, you know, obviously excluding things like The Mortuary's Assistant that came out this year, or the Winnie the Pooh horror movies, and obviously some of the stinkers in the toilet bowl, I think finally people are looking at horror and being like, this genre is actually good. Now, we owe a lot of that to Weapons and Sinners, but it's cool that it's kind of bleeding over into films like Hokum, which is this weird little twisted fairy tale looking thing. And although, like I say, I don't think it's getting enough attention, people are excited for it that know it's coming out. Really what I wanted this movie to be is just to let you know that this film is coming out. It looks great. I think it's going to be awesome. And also, if you get anything else from this video, go watch Damien McCarthy's films. They are some of the best, most interesting, most creative, most terrifying movies, in my opinion, over the past decade. So watch Caveat, watch Oddity, and please, for the love of all that's holy, if this is your thing and you have the money to go out and support it, let's go watch Hokum together, okay? It'll just be our little secret club, okay? We're the Hokum bros, all right? Anyway, that's all I really had to say here. I'm really interested in Hokum. I'm sure you are as well since you made it to the end of this video. Please slap that subscribe button to continue to help me grow this channel. It's growing exponentially over the past month, so I really thank you to each and every one of you. That's all I got. I love you. Goodbye.